Good morning, my wonderful crackheads. So today's video, I figured we would do some random builds on the Onryo killer. So I feel like this killer is like middle of the road. I put her high B tier. I know a lot of people put her like low A tier, and I figure with the experience and play style that I have with her, that potentially perks don't really matter all that much. And I thought, what would be a fun way to really like showcase how well I can potentially perform with her than to do like a random build. And I know that like random builds are not a new concept. People do random build generator all the time. But I figured that would be a fun way to like really just try and show just how well I can do not being carried by perks, if you will. So I have the DBD randomizer pulled up. It's dbdrandomizer.com. I have the Onryo selected, and we'll just go ahead and randomize perks, which we got Dying Light, Fire Up, Spies from the Shadows, and Infectious Fright. Not a terrible set of perks. Fire Up will eventually help much in the same way that Brutal does. Dying Light is a little bit of a slowdown. I think that the problem that I could foresee happening here is like Dying Light really gets no value if you are not getting hooks, and I think that in general Sadako shouldn't hook all that much. But Infectious is good. If we down somebody and we get an Infectious proc, then at the very least we might like pressure somebody else and get a slug going, you know? Like, I don't necessarily think that slugging is super good on the killer, but maybe like in this particular situation it might be valuable. We're going to randomize our offering. We got the annotated blueprint, so we know it hatches in K-Shack. And then we'll randomize our add-ons. We got cabin sign, which is after we teleport, it takes 12 12 less seconds to come back on. And then the Reiko's watch, which I think is kind of like not the greatest add-on in the world, but it makes you invisible for longer when you're demanifested. I guess it could be relevant maybe for like mind gaming and stuff while you're demanifested, but for the most part, not the strongest build ever. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this build set up, and then I will see you guys in the game. Alright, so we're on RPD. Not a horrible map for us, all things considered. We spawned in the office room. That was somebody vaulting up above us. Honestly, doing a good job stealthing me out, making it so I don't get an early hit before a TP. Get a hit at the window. Go ahead and teleport. We'll kick the gen. Jonah has gotten a tape already and put it away. That was quick of him. Get the god power for free. We don't have like an iridescent tape to We're low-key struggling, I'm not gonna lie to you. They're playing very safe. With no kind of sloppy butcher, we are going to kind of struggle to really apply pressure. We know somebody's here. potentially attempting to put a tape away. Yeah, you got it put away. Take a hit there. Teleport into Leon room. Goal is to just constantly be applying pressure, get these tape buildup, especially since they seem pretty set on like doing tapes the second that they get any kind of condemn on them. Alright, that's a down right there. That will get us some dying light stacks going. One of these gamers does have 6,000 hours, so I expect a pretty good match, honestly. Honestly, just trying to like venture a guess on location. So they let the Jonah die, which is pretty good for us, but at the same time, it's like not super great for us. Plus they're all doing counterplay now, which they seem to have just like miraculously learned over the course of the last 20 seconds, which is pretty like significant for us. She makes the spell now. He probably goes down here. Yeah. You can't just pre-throw pallets or you just go down. Alright, we'll get her hooked over here in the hallway. We'll TP up to that gen since we know that that's where they are. Oops, somebody's here too. He pre-left super early. He plot twisted, and I think I kind of have a idea of where, because of the bird. He's gonna be getting anti-camp. Or she would be. Let's go ahead and break this tape. We are on one remaining. We saw the Michaela grab a tape from up top and then start running this way. He must have doubled. Hello, Michaela. That's another down. She is our obsession, so she's not adding any like stacks to our dying light. Hello, Felix. Cut you off from putting your tape away. At this rate, the Michaela might die on her hook as well. Yep, Michaela died on her hook. Use our fire up. Check the gen just to make sure. Somebody just triggered this fucking bird right here. It was our Felix. He is at the stage of just pre-throwing everything. That's a down. And we'll go ahead and hook him, get him up on the hook. I think that's GG. Honestly, I don't envision the David... Yeah, getting the gen done, so we'll get him up on a hook. GG. Honestly, a very rough start. Honestly, without having like a corrupt intervention or like anything like that, plus them... Oh my god, the Kobe. My man 4%ed. We're getting incredible spies from the shadows value right now. Well, I guess that means we will go ahead and get our Mori instead. Well, what a turn of events. We'll say GG. Wake up, plot twist, deja distortion, inner bond, better together alert, blast mine, smash it, DS head on. We'll make it, hope, distortion, prove thyself. Honestly, all in all, not a bad turnout. I will see you guys at the randomizer. All right, we're back with the randomizer. So it turns out that by the end of the game, Fire Up really, like, especially with the Felix pre-throwing, got us a lot of value. We didn't even see any infectious value, like basically at all. Spies actually low-key helped with a lot of like interrupting the Felix grabbing tapes and being able to get that down quick enough to like interrupt the David getting the gen done. Dying Light, I feel like we only really got the 2 stacks from the Jonah, and then after that, like, we only hooked the Michaela, so we didn't really get a super like excessive amount of value out of it. I kind of feared like that was going to be the case, but I'm sure that like it did help like slow the David down. He probably would have got that gen done if not for Dying Light, so it wasn't completely useless. Obviously, like, the add-on doesn't actually technically do anything, I don't think, on RBD. I know there's like some theory that like it always spawns in Leon Room if you put it in Shack, but I don't actually know that that's accurate. And then as far as the add-ons go, like I almost feel like it was detrimental to us because they were kind of doing the counterplay where they were just grabbing tapes and holding them, but they were able to grab like an excessive amount of TVs because even our teleporting didn't keep them off basically at all. And then with Reiko's Watch, like that add-on just doesn't do anything. To be chasing when you're demanifested like really doesn't matter, and most of your mind gaming should come after you're manifested. So not super strong add-ons, but we still managed to like eke out the 4K there. A lot of it was just well-placed teleports to interrupt people in chase and to position ourselves well, pressuring gens. So not like a terrible game, just could have been better. Let's see how game 2 goes. All right, so we get Pain Res, we get Surge, both pretty decent perks, probably the best regression in the game, and then a decent enough regression on Sadako specifically. And then we get Dragon's Grip, so if we kick a gen, potentially we get an insta down, especially if we think that they're like pressuring it. And then Thrill of the Hunt, which I think is pretty useless here. There's no reason for them to ever cleanse a Hex at all. But, you know, all in all, pretty strong build, I would say. As long as our downs come quickly and we're like at least getting 4 hooks in the game, pretty good. A Devout Shrike Wreath, which is just a sacrifice, and then for add-ons, we do get the Ring Drawing, which I think is universally her best add-on, and then we get the Fishing Net, which is interesting. This is not what it does anymore, by the way. This is the old word for it, but it's not the worst add-on. I'll go over more what it does when we get in the game, but let me go ahead and get this build set up and then I'll see you in the game. All right, so we are on Gideon, which is another indoor map and another good map for us. 2 of the members of this SWIF are members of Team Prism as well, which is a competitive Dead by Daylight team, which could end up being really bad for us just because of the nature of on one hand, it's like, great, like we know they know counterplay and we're gonna go ahead and TP away just because we know. Yeah. We gotta break tapes. They're just holding the check spot. I see them. They all W away. Well played. Okay. Go ahead and spread some pressure. White picked up a tape. Go ahead and break this tape. Yeah, insta-med. Okay, game. Oh, we're gaming, alright. Push her back into the T-wall. Alright. Keep spreading condemn. They're healing and resetting, so... Alright. Let's get some perk value going. Huge. It took some time to get going because this team is very efficient, but we kind of got them in a situation where we have TVs on lockdown. There's a bunch of condemn building up. He put his TV away, but that's a free tag. Actually, he was going to grab that TV and missed it. I have no real reason not to just come back to this hook and pressure it. We have to remember that we have Dragon's Grip too. There just hasn't been a real good time to use it. Get another Jolt proc. That hard? Okay. Let's go ahead and kick this gen. There's a blast mine on it. Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? Okay, get him down while he is vaulting the window. Get him condemned. Rebecca will probably die on this hook. And now we're in a very dominating position. Which is to say that this fucking Nia is very fast. She did commit to it. I thought so, but I wasn't sure. It would have been the best fake of all time if she didn't, but the quick and quiet. She thought she would make it. And that's kind of the power of this killer is... I feel like she just kind of snowballs out of control sometimes, which is, for an M1, not something you really expect. Is that, like, it can seem like you're having a really rough game and a really rough time, and then... surprise, surprise, they are all dead. Which, I said I would talk about it. The Yoichi's fishing net, it makes them blind when they have 4 stacks of condemned. Which is what's unique about it. I don't necessarily value it very highly, but it's one of those add-ons that I think it could have a unique purpose. And could potentially be very fun. I just don't think it's very good. I don't really care if the cake gets hatched. I kind of don't want to keep you guys. Well, I found the hatch. But now she just gets a gate, right? She should just be sitting on a gate. I can't chuck them both in time. Especially since Gideon gates are kind of rough. But I will see you gamers in the end game screen. Alright, so she did end up getting through the gate literally at the last possible second. Let's say GG. Let's see, we got a med kit with the syringe that we knew about. Any means that are calm adrenaline. Lucky star, which is when you hide in a locker, you leave no pools of blood or anything. Quick and quiet, blast mine and head on. Deja, botany, decisive, dead hard. Deja, adrenaline for the people and buckle up. Good games, honestly. Now would be a good time to mention that if you like the video, please like, subscribe, turn the notifications on, leave a comment. Every little bit helps. And I will see you guys in the next video.